Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Toria's Crochet and this is the face behind the channel. So I know I don't show my face here often and I have always wanted to be the hands behind the camera rather than the face behind the camera, but this is me doing more of a sit down video before the tutorial so my YouTube family can get familiar or acquainted with what I look like. So yeah, this is me. hmm So in today's tutorial, I'll be making an AI shot my friend requested for. So this shot has side pockets and he saw it on Pinterest and was like, okay, he wants this and I'm going to make that for him. I was already a few rows into this project before I decided to like, okay, how about I shoot a tutorial for my YouTube family and then I was like, okay, let me do that. So this is the extent I have gone with the projects. I'm just few rows in. I am still going to show you how I got to this extent. Don't panic. So I'm still going to show you that. So, but for now, I am going to start with a swatch, like something to demonstrate how I got to this extent because I'm not going to be doing something this big. So I'm just going to do something little like a swatch. I'm going to be using the swatch to demonstrate to this extent, then we'll proceed from here. So yeah, so if you're new here, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Please. Like, share, and subscribe so that YouTube can push this channel and every other video I have created so far to a wider audience. Thank you. Let's dive right into the tutorial. Yeah. So these are the colors I will be using. I'll be using the same colors as is in the picture. So yeah, these are the colors I'll be using. So to get this done, like I said earlier, I'm going to start by making a chain long enough to go around my hips. So yeah, you're just going to make a chain long enough to go around your hips, but I won't be making that much chain because like I said, I can't be going all around that big anymore. So I'll be making something very short, maybe something long enough but not long enough to go around my hips. So I will start by making a chain. So after making a chain to a certain extent, you're just going to go right to the first chain here, just like so, with your hook to give you a straight chain when you're joining, because we are going to be joining our chain. So I'm going to make a chain long enough. So you're just going to make a chain long enough to go around your hips. So okay, let's say this chain is long enough to go around my hips. I'm just going to pass this chain right into this first chain here to close up, right? So to begin the first row, I'm going to start by chaining 2 and I'll go right into the next stitch here with the half double crochet, and I will have double crochet into every space all the way around till I get back to this point. You're just going to have double crochet all the way around till you get back to this point here. So I am back to this point where we started from. So I'm just going to go into that last chain with the half double crochet, and you make sure your circle is straight before you end the round. So you're just going to go into the very first double crochet, the chain 2 we started. I'm just going to go right in there with a slip stitch to end the row. So yeah, so this is what you should have in your hips measurements, that's what I mean. So we are going to be doing something different. As you can see, we have something looking like a ridges here, right? So I won't be following the normal crocheting. Usually I was supposed to chain 2 and walk all the way back to this point, but I will not be doing that because if you look closely at the picture, you will see ridges on the stitches. The stitches look like there are ridges on it, just like this, right? So to get that exact kind of stitch, I am going to chain 2 and then I'll turn my work and walk all the way around back here. right? I will not be going like this. Usually if you're a crocheter, you should know the usual way to crochet is going right back here to give you all the good stitches facing outside and then the bad stitches facing inside. But no, I'm going to be interchanging the stitches, so one row will be the good stitches and the other row will be the bad stitches. That way you're going to have the stitch looking like the one in the picture. So I'm just going to do this and then I'll turn my work and I will have double crochet all the way. So that's what we are going to be doing for the rest of the tutorial. We are not going to be following the usual crochet pattern where you will continue from where you stop and go the way all the way forward. We are going to be doing this in reverse. We are going to be turning our work when we get to the end and crochet all the way back from where we came from. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what we are going to be doing. So take note of this roll I just did, and yeah, because basically that's what we'll be repeating all the way around the tutorial. So you're going to do this a total of 6 rows. It depends on the size you're working on. If you want it, you're working on the size big, you can go ahead and do 8 rows, but I did a total of 6 because I'm working on the size medium. So I did a total of 6 rows. So you're just going to have double crochet all the way round. If you get to the end, you turn your work and go right back from where you came from. That way you're going to have the ridges. So you're going to repeat this row that I just showed you and repeat everything I demonstrated in this row all the way around till you get to the 6th row. I had a total of 6 rows here doing what I just showed you. I had a total of 6, so you're going to do that all the way for the next 6th row, and I will show you how to divide our legs from here. I know this looks short, but this is like the middle part of the shorts. We are going to divide the legs and then move forward to make the top where a side pocket will be sitting on. So yeah, so the next part will be dividing the leg of the shorts into 2 parts, and then the next part will be the top part of the shorts to get the pocket done. So just go ahead and do this a total of 6. Continue doing this all the way around, total of 6. Then I will show you how to divide the leg. So for the next part, which is going to be the part where we divide, or we divided our legs into 2 equal half, I am going to be switching to the white color, and this was where I ended this color. So I'm just going to go right at that top there with the color here. And I'm going to be chaining 1 to fasten, and then I'll chain another, and then I'll turn my work to the other part. Remember, we are working all the way back, so I'll turn my work and I will have double crochet all the way around till I get back to this point. So I'm trying to introduce the white color before I move right into dividing the legs. So just have double crochet all the way back. I will meet you at the end, and then we'll proceed from there to divide the legs into 2 equal half. So I'm back to this point, so I'm just going to end around. I'm just going to go to the first stitch here, and then I will slip stitch into it and end around. And as you can see, I placed a stitch marker here already, so I have divided my legs into 2 equal half. So this is a stitch marker for me, and this is the stitch marker. So this part of the project is 1/2 of the short, and this part of the project is 1/2 of the short. So I divided both sides into 2 equal half. This is 82 on this side, and this is 82 on this side. So just go ahead and divide yours into 2 equal half. I didn't place a stitch marker here because this loop here serves as a stitch marker for me, plus this stitch marker. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah. So to divide the legs, I'm going to make a chain of 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is 15 chains. So I'm going to go right into this point where a stitch marker is with the chain or the loop. So you're just going to remove this quickly and go right there with the loop.
So I have connected the loops together, and this is what it should look like. So moving on, I'm just going to start by chaining one, and then I'm going to slip stitch right into the middle. And the reason why I'm slip stitching right into the middle, because I want to start working from the middle. So you're just going to go into the very first chain with the slip stitch. This is going to be a little bit tricky, but you've got this. So just slip stitching right into the middle and then begin your work. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the middle, right? So I'm going to start a new row from the middle here. So I'm going to start by chaining one, and I will go right into the point where our chain one is with the half double crochet. You can start by chaining 2, but I will start by chaining 1 here. So you go in and you have double crochet in every chain all the way around. So when you get to this point where our chain is connected, you're going to go in there with the half double crochet. So this is what it should look like, and then you're going to have double crochet all the way back here where we started from. So I am back to this point where we slip stitched from to the middle. So I'm just going to go right into the very first stitch there. So it's going to be a little bit difficult because of the slip stitch we placed there, but you have to find your way around it. So yeah, so just slip stitch into every 7 chain there all the way back to the top. So I'm right back to, I am at this point where we started from. So I'm just going to go into the very first chain here with a slip stitch to end around. So successfully ended around. Let me open it so you see. This is what it should look like at this point, right? So moving on, we are just going to repeat same thing we've been doing. So I'm going to start by chaining 1, and I was supposed to work all the way right back here, but no, we'll not be doing that. So I'm going to turn my work and work all the way back from where I came from. So you're just going to have double crochet in every space right back. So that's what we are going to be doing. So this is a row you're going to be working with all the way till you get to the length of the shirt you want. If it's a trouser you want, you can just go ahead and do that all the way down to your ankle. If it's a short, I'm making a short, so I'm just going to be making few rows, and I'll be changing colors as I go down the row. So yeah, so just keep doing this for this leg all the way. So this second row for the division is what I'll be working with. So you repeat this row all the way till you get to the length of the trouser you want. So I am done with one part of the shirt. This is what it looks like. So you can just go ahead and do as many rows as you want and as long as you want. I went ahead and did up to 30-40 rows. I haven't counted yet, but I feel this is okay. And I changed color when necessary and all. So you can just go ahead and do that. And I didn't place an increase or decrease. I just continued all the way down till I got to the length I want. So this is what it looks like. So I have this other leg here left, which I haven't done yet, and I'm going to show you how I will start this leg. It's still the same thing, or for beginners that are still trying to figure out how to get things done here, I'm going to explain that in details. So to do that, you're just going to pick the work. So I'm still going to start with my wide yarn, and I will go right into the middle here, because I want the seam where we ended the row, like this seam, to be in the middle of our job. So I'm just going to go right there with the loop, and then I'm going to be chaining one, and then I'll be working from the back, because when we did this row we worked from the front. So I'll be going round back, so I'll be working from the back. So I'm going to turn my work and have double crochet all the way around. So basically that's it for the second leg. Still the same thing. I just wanted to come here to show you how I began the second leg, so it won't lead to confusion, or yeah, I just wanted to do it for clarity's sake, so we'll all be on the same page. Yeah, so that's it basically. So you're just going to have double crochet all the way and continue the routine just what we've been doing, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, all the way till you get to the length you want. So I will continue doing this all the way till I get to the length I want. Then I'll come back and show you how to do the upper part of the shorts, where we have our side pockets and every other thing in between, and that will be it. So yeah, just keep doing this all the way.
So this is what you should have after you're done with both side of the legs, right? And this is like half part of the short. This is not a full short. From this point down to this point is a point that goes right below your coochie area here. If you're a lady, just right below your coochie area and down to your thighs. This doesn't cover your butt or goes up to your waist. So the part where we are going to be making the side pockets and then make the waistband is a part that goes right up to our butt area and then our waist. So that will be the next part of the tutorial. But if you have successfully gotten to this point, just be rest assured that you're already on the right track. So this is not the point to give up. Your work is going to come in just fine. So just keep going. But this is what my work looked like at this point. And the next part of this tutorial will be the point where we are going to be fitting in the side pockets and every other thing to round up the tutorial. So yeah, basically that's it for this. So yeah, so please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Okay, I'm not threatening you guys, but please subscribe to my channel, please. So yeah, so let's get right into the next part of this tutorial.
So this is what our short looks like I've already shown you guys. So the next part is working on the waist. So I'm going to be using this. I hope this color will be the perfect color to illustrate everything that will be going on moving forward. So yeah, let's do that. So I will start by creating a slip knot. I will pick our work right from the side. I actually want the seam to be on the same plane, so I'm just going to go right on top here. So I'm just going to go right on top here with the loop, and I will chain one, and then I will go all the way around with half double crochet. So basically I'm just trying to introduce the color now. So I will be going all the way around with this color into 3 rows. Then we will proceed from there before we start making the side pocket. So you're going to go around 3 times. So I'm going to make 3 rows, and then we'll come back to make the side pocket. So just go around the shorts 3 rows. So this size I'm working with is a size medium, and I'll come back to explain the measurements and every other thing if you need to work for a size big or a size small. But for now, just go around this with half double crochet 3 times, like 3 rows. Then I'll come back and meet you for the side pockets. So I am back to this point where we started from, as you can see. So I am going to be ending our work here, so I'm just going to chain 1, pull our work, then cut. So moving forward will be the point where our pocket is going to come in, and if you've noticed, I have divided my work into 2 equal halves. So as you can see, I have placed my stitch marker here on both sides. I divided the work into 2 equal halves, as you can see, side to side. So you're just going to count and place it, count your work into 2 equal halves, and then place it by the side. Place your marker by the side, because we are going to be working on the front part of the short and then work on the back part, and this is a point where a side pocket is going to come in, right? And this is the reason why we've been doing the back and forth stitch, to give us this very look on the shorts, because of this front parts. You know, this front part is going to look entirely different from the body part if we didn't do the back and forth stitch, right? So yeah, let me call it the return stitch. If we didn't do the return pattern, like going back when we get to the end, if we didn't do that, we will have our work looking different. The down part of the short will not look like the upper part of the short. So that was why we're doing the go back, go back and come back, go back and return, go back and return. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the reason why I was doing that. So yeah, so to begin the next row for the side pocket, I am going to start by creating a slip knot. I'm still going to be using this, but the reason why I cut off from this point is because I am going to be working from point A to point B here on the side. So yeah, so to begin, I'm just going to go to the point where our stitch marker is at here, and I'm going to take out a stitch marker, and then I'll go in with the loop I created from the slip knot, chain 1, and then I will have double crochet my way down to this point where this other stitch marker is at. So I will place one half double crochet at the point where the stitch marker is, move on to the next half double crochet, and then half double crochet into every space all the way down till I get here. So I don't know if you can see, I'm trying to see how I can make this closer to the camera because of the choice of color I'm using. It's actually a dark color, and I don't want you guys missing out on anything. So I'll make sure to bring my hands very close to the camera so that everybody can see what I'm doing. So you're going to have double crochet your way all the way till you get to this point. So I am at the point where a stitch marker is at. I've already gone in there with one half double crochet. So I am going to start a reduction. So we are going to be reducing the front part of the short. So I'm going to be reducing it all the way up. And for the measurements, I want to work with 11 inches from the division here, the crotch area, right up to the point where the reduction will end, and then I will go ahead and do the waistband. So I don't know what measurement you're working with, but this is for a size small to big, and this is 10. This is the crotch area, this is 10, and we already have 6. So this is what I have left. So I'm going to reduce my work all the way till I get right to the point here. So basically that's it. So like I said, I'm working with 10. So if your size big, you can go ahead and do 12 or 11. I don't know, whatever size you're working with. But this is my measurement, and this is for a size medium to small. Yeah. So that's it basically. So I am going to be reducing on both sides. So our first reduction will be the next row on the next row. So I am going to chain 1. So I'm going to go into the point where our chain 1 is connected with 1 half double crochet, and moving on, I'm going to place our first decrease. So for our first decrease, I'm going to go into the very first loop here with my hook, yarn over pull. I have 2 on the hook, and I'm going to the next loop here, yarn over pull. I have 3 on the hook. So I'm going to half double crochet into all 3. So I've successfully placed our first decrease, as you can see. Let me bring this closer. So this is our first decrease, and I'm going to be half double crocheting all the way. So I will be half double crocheting from this point all the way to those points where we started from. Let me place my stitch marker there because of the color of the yarn, but I can actually identify where I begin. So but for clarity's sake, let the stitch marker be there. So you're going to have double crochet all the way back to this point without any decrease. So when we get to this point and we have 3 loops left to end the round, we are going to be placing our next decrease. So just have double crochet till you get to almost the end of the round, and we'll meet you at almost the end of the round. So yeah, so I am almost at the end here. So I have 3 loops here left, as you can see. So I'm going to place a second reduction, and then I will go into the next loop, pull, go into the next pull, have 2 stitch in 1 loop, and then I'm going to have double crochet. So that'll be our second decrease, and then I'll go into the very last stitch here with 1 half double crochet. So yeah, that's it basically. So moving on, we'll be repeating row 2. This row I just concluded, we'll be repeating that row till we'll be repeating row 2 till we get to the number of inches that I measured. Like I said, I want to do a total of 10 inches, and we have over 5.5 inches left to conclude. So I am just going to repeat this row all the way till I get to that length, right? But I'm going to be doing this row again for clarity's sake, for people that need to understand. So you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and then I will go right into the chain 1 space here with 1 half double crochet. That will be our first stitch, and then I will place my reduction here. So to place my reduction, I'm going to go right in here into the next stitch. I will pull through, and I'll go into the next stitch here at the top and pull through. So that is how I place a decrease. And moving on, you're just going to have double crochet all your way till you get to the point here, almost finishing the round, like 3 loops or stitches left to finish the round. Then you're going to place the next decrease. So you just have to have double crochet all the way till this point. So basically that's it for everything we'll be doing till we get to the length you want or the inches you're working with, and that's it. So I am back to this point here. So I'm just going to repeat what I did on the other end. So I'm just going to go into the next loop here with 1, go in here with 1, and then I will have double crochet, and then I'll go into the last loop here with 1. So basically that's all you're going to be doing till you get to the lengths or inches you're working with. So yeah, that's it basically. So do this all the way till you get to the length you're working with. So I will do this, and then I'll come back to show you how we're going to work on the back parts of the shorts and then finalize everything. So this is what the upper part should look like at this point. I am done reducing both sides, and let's take measurements of how long this is. So this is take this off a bit. So from the division here right to the point here, I have 10.5. Yeah, so you can go ahead, if you're making the size big, you can go ahead and do 12. Depends on how big the measurement is. Just go ahead and take your measurements and work with that, right? You don't have to use mine, so just work with that. So yeah, let's proceed to making the back part and then concluding the pockets. So to make the pocket, as you can, I already took the liberty to make one side of the pocket here, as you can see, and then I've already placed my stitch marker here to mark the points for the second part. I'm going to show you how to get these measurements. So yeah, so let's do that. So what I did is I counted 6 from this point here, right? So this point where we started the front panel for the upper part of the shorts, this front here, I make sure to count 6 from straight line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let me take this up a bit so you see. So this is where it started from, right? So I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're going to do that in a straight line. So this is it. So you're going to do that in a straight line, and then you're going to place your stitch marker on the 6th. And then this depends on how deep you want your pocket to be. So if you want it deeper, you can just go ahead and go way down. And these two, the length here depends on how deep you want. So I counted 6 from the point where the front panel is connected, right, in a straight line, 6 inches, and I placed it on the 6th, and I counted 25 from this point right here in a straight line too. So let me place this well so you see. So from this point here in a straight line, I counted 25 and I placed it on the 25th. So as you can see, they are in straight line on the 25th. So if you want it deeper, you can go ahead and just do something more in here, but it should be on a straight line, right? So yeah, so to get this done to this extent, I did a total of 6 rows here all the way up here, and I will be doing that for this other part too. Side pockets, 2 side pockets. So yeah, I already did this. I'll do that here too. So I'm going to show you how I got this done, and I want to show you something. I'm using a different color for the pockets, and as you can see, I placed it on the sky blue space. And ordinary, you'll be like, oh, wouldn't the blue color or the sky blue color or the navy blue color show on the other side? But no, I picked my work in a way that this is where the pocket is connected, but you can never ever guess that this is where it's connected. I picked it in a way that the contrasting color did not pop out here. As you can see, nothing is showing here. Let me bring it a little bit closer. So yeah, so I'll show you how to do that if you're using a different color, so it will not pop out on the other side. So let's get that done. Again, you're going to start by creating a slip knot. Right, and I'm going to be folding my work like this way, and then I will be working on the loop here to this point all the way up. So yeah, so I'm going to go right where my stitch marker is connected with the loop. I will chain 1 to fasten, and then I'll go right into that chain 1 space with half double crochet. Yes, sorry, go right there with half double crochet. And then moving on, I'm going to, let me bring this up, I'm going to be picking the loops here. So I'm just going to be picking the loop here. I won't be going all deep, so it will not pop up on the other side. So I'm just going to pick the loop here and go right there with the half double crochet. So this is what it should look like on a straight line. So you're just going to pick that slightly on a straight line. So yeah, so you do this all the way down to this point here. So I am at this point where my stitch marker is. So I'm just going to take that out and then go right into that point with a half double crochet, and that's it, right? So to begin to the next row, I'll just chain 1 and turn my work and go right down here with half double crochet all the way down. So half double crochet your way all the way down. So I'm going to do this total of 6 times. So I'm going to make 6 rows out of this. And by now, I'm hoping you should be familiar with why we are making 6. Remember, we skipped 6 from the top down here. So you're going to make 6 rows to bring you up to this point. So yeah, so just keep doing that. So it depends on how deep your pocket or the mark from here, from the point here to whatever length you want to work with. So if you're giving like 7 stitch, you're going to make 7 rows. If you're making 10 stitch. If you're skipping 10 stitch, or if you're counting 10 stitch from here down, you're going to be making 10 rows. So it depends on how many stitch you're skipping. That's how many rows you will be making. So that's it basically. So just keep doing this all the way till you get to the number of stitch you will be skipping. So yeah, so basically what this is about is you're going to make sure this brings you up here to this point here. So yeah, so just keep doing that all the way. So I'll be making a total of 6 rows, and I'll meet you when I'm done with my 6th row. So I am at this point already. This is where I am. This is where I'm at right now. So this is 6. And this is 6 on the other side. So you should have 2 side pockets, and you should have 2 of this. So the next row will be our 7th row, and that will be the row where we'll walk all the way back to this point, and that will be the row that will connect every other thing going forward. So make sure your row is ending on this side of your project for the bucket side. So your row should end there, so that you can just walk your way back and all, right? So let's begin. So to begin the 7th row, we are going to start by chaining 1. Then I'll turn my work. So you start by chaining 1, and then you're going to have double crochet your way all the way back to this point. So I'm at the end of the round. This is what it looks like at this point. So I'm just going to connect these parts with the point here where our front panel is connected. So I'm just going to go right there at the bottom there, just like so, with a half double crochet to connect. Successfully connected it. So moving on, I'm going to be working all the way around till I get to the other side of the side pocket. So you're going to half double crochet your way round till you get to the other end of the side pocket. So this is what your work should look like, right? So I am going to work from this point all the way till I get back to this point, and I will show you what to do. So just have double crochet all the way till you get here, then I will show you what to do moving on. So yeah, so I'm at this other part of the side pockets. Remember we worked all the way from here, connected this just like so. So I am at this side, this point here. So I already went right into the very first stitch here, the stitch that connects this panel to this panel. I already went there with the half double crochet. So moving on, I'm just going to yarn over and go right on top of the pockets we are trying to create here. Go right here at the top of the stitch with the half double crochet to connect. So I'm going to go right there. Yeah. And then I'll yarn over, pull, so yeah, so moving on, I'm just going to half double crochet my way to this point. So half double crochet till you get down there. So I'm at the bridge here, the bridge that connected the pockets to the main body of the shirt. So I'm just going to go right into that bridge with one half double crochet, and then I'll half double crochet my way back all the way around. So yeah, so this is what your work should look like, right? The point where it connected. So I am going to be have double crocheting all the way. I will have double crochet all the way back to this point and crochet all the way to this point. I will chain 1, turn my work, crochet all the way to this point. I will do that all the way for the total of 16 rows. My front panel, I did a total of 16 rows to get to this. So I'm going to do that to complement the length here in front. So you're going to crochet all the way to complement whatever length or inches yours is. So you're just going to continue the sequence all the way till you get to the top here. I will meet you when I am at the top. So I am done with the back parts. As you can see, this is what it should look like when you're up to the length, just like the one in the front here. So the next thing is to close up both ends here. So the next part is we are going to be tracing this part to this point here, then close up the up part. And my stitch marker is still here, as you can see. So I'm going to be tracing this all the way. So yeah, so let's do that. So this is where my stitch marker is at, where we placed our stitch marker. So I'm going to trace from here, 1 2 3. Try to trace in a straight line. So when you get to this point, I'm going to be placing this stitch marker here at this point. This is where the mark is at, and I'm going to be doing same for this. The stitch marker is still here, as you can see. So I would trace all the way and get to the top. So this is where the stitch marker is at, or where the line is at. So I'm just going to go in there with the stitch marker, right? So that's it basically. So the next part is joining these together. So I'm going to adjust this to this point where the stitch marker is, and then I will join both panels together all the way till I get to that panel. So to begin, remember I didn't cut off this is still here. So I'm just going to turn my work and I'll go right into that point where the stitch marker is at, and I will start by slip stitching, do fasten, and then moving on, I'm just going to be slip stitching both sides together. So I'll take out my stitch marker because I already cinched both ends together, and moving on, I'm just going to half double crochet into every space, and then I'll have double crochet all the way around. So yarn over, pick the first panel and pick the next panel and have double crochet. So I'm going to be joining both sides to get all the way till I get back to this point here, the other part, and I'll show you what to do. So I am back to this point. This is a part of this other parts, and this part is still open. So we're just going to do the same thing we did here. As you can see, I stitched both sides together, so I will know where to stop joining and where to start from. So I'm going to start from here. So I'm just going to turn my work and go right into the first, and on the second I'm going to be joining both panels here at the top. So I'm going to yarn over, pick this and pick this from the very first stitch there, and then I'll yarn over to close up. So I'll yarn over all the way So I'll yarn over all the way till I get to the point where we started from. So yarn over, pick the front panel, the second, and then close up. So you're going to do this all the way till you get to this point where we started from. So I am back to this point where we started from, as you can see, and this is our pocket. So yeah, so I'm going to be ending here. So I'll go into the very first chain here with the slip stitch to end around. I will chain one, pull my work, and cut off the yarn because I'm going to be changing to white color for the waistband. So for the waistband, I will be changing colors. I will be using white, burgundy color, just the way. I'll be mixing colors here. The colors I use down here, that's what I'll be using at the top. And I will not be doing any of the waistband you're aware of. I'll just crochet normal because I'll be using a drawstring for the waist. So I'll just keep crocheting with my half double crochet all the way. So I will make a total of 5 rows for the waistband. Yeah, so that's it basically. But if you're not okay with the waist, you can go ahead and add many more rows before you go ahead and do your waistband of choice. You can go and do the back pose and the front pose, or the rib type of waistband, whatever waistband you feel it's okay for you. But for this short, I will be going with half double crochet all the way for the waistband. So yeah, that's it basically. So this is what it looks like, and go right into the points where we started from. Right, and I will chain one, and then I will walk all the way back, go into the chain one space with the half double crochet, then I'll have double crochet all the way back till I get to this point. So I am back to this point. So I'm just going to go around with as many rows as I want for my waistband. I think I'll be in a total of 5 to 6 rows for my waistband. Then I'll come back to show you what to do, how to make the string and then sew the opening here. We have an opening here, so I'll show you how to do all of that and then end this tutorial. So yeah, so just go ahead and do as many rows as you want for the band, or you can do the band of your choice. You must not do what I'm doing right now for the band, so you can just go ahead and do that. That's it basically. So yeah, just keep doing that all the way around. So this is what our waist look like after everything. And let me mention this before I forget. As you can see, the layering on the waist looks different from the body. I don't know if that makes sense. You can see on the body part of the shorts, you can see ridges and all, but on the waist you can see there's no ridges, it's just plain, right? And the reason why the body part is like that is because of the back and forth we're doing. But on the waist part, I didn't do the back and forth. This was where I started my work from, so I will go all the way around and end around here and begin again and go all the way around, as opposed to what we're doing earlier, like going all the way around and getting back to this point, and instead of going all the way like this, went back. That was what we did for the body part, but I maintained the whole crochet thing layering for the waist parts. But for the body part, remember what we did for the body part, don't forget. So that is why the waist looks a little bit different, like the layering and the texture looks a little bit different from the body part, as you can see. So yeah, so basically we are done with everything concerning the whole body. So what is left is cinching the pockets and then making a strap for our waist. So yeah, let's get right into that. So we are going to be cinching the hole here and the one here. So yeah, so I'm going to thread my needle and sew and sew every opening that we have this side, and on this side we have an opening here, so I'm just going to sew every opening. I'm going to be sewing in a way that it won't pop up, like especially for this sky blue part. I'm going to sew it in a way that it won't pop up on the other side, right? So I'm going to be picking our work slightly, and then I'll go in with the yarn. So basically that's it. So you're just going to do that all the way for all the opening. So pick your work slightly, so yeah, that's it basically. So this is a part I have sewed in already, so you're going to sew in all the way, cover up all the parts. Then I'll come back and show you how to do the strap, and then we'll end this tutorial. So yeah, so I am done closing the sides, as you can see. So I'm just going to fasten up here and cut off the thread. So this is what your shirt should look like at this point. So the next thing will be making our strap, and then that will be all. For the strap, I'll be doubling 4 strands of my yarns, right? Because this yarn is actually a lightweight yarn, and I want a very thick texture for the strands. So I'll just start by creating a slip knot, and then I'll make a chain long enough to go around my waist. So make a chain long enough to go around your waist, and that's it for the strap. Right, so I'm just going to go around with the strap. So I'm just going to lace. This is the middle. So I am done with the shorts. This is what it looks like, and as you can see, I've gone around with the drawstring, and this is what it looks like. This is the down part. So yeah, so that's it basically for this tutorial, and if it was helpful, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.